Okay, good morning, students. Welcome back to the class of physical education. Yesterday, we have studied our new chapter, biomechanics and sports. Meaning and definition was over, importance was also over, but again a quick revision regarding the importance of importance of biomechanics in sports. How does the biomechanics help? It helps in the improvement of sports technique. Suppose your technique is faulty. Suppose you're doing some mistake. You are not, for example, regarding cricket bat, you're not handling the bat properly. You're not taking the shot properly. So how to overcome that? That is improvement of sports technique. Now improvement of equipment and facilities. As yesterday I have told you, again I am telling you earlier, for pole vault there used to be bamboo pole. Now what has come? It has come fiber. So improvement of techniques and equipments are there. Daily it is changing. Daily they are innovation is daily they are coming with innovative ideas, new creativity. Okay, this type of shoes if you are wearing, you will be able to run that particular distance in minimum time. So their discovery is going on. So how this discovery is going on? With the help of biomechanics. Now minimization of injury. Okay, suppose if you will fall like this way, injury will happen less. You are landing like this way, injury will happen less. So these are the benefits of or importance of biomechanics. And development of new methods or understanding of human body. So these are all the importance of biomechanics. Now come types of movement. There are four types of movement in the body. One is flexion, extension, abduction, and adduction. Flexion, FELXION, extension, EXTENSION, abduction, ABDUCTION, and adduction. Generally, there are three planes which passes through one's body. There are three planes which passes through the one individual body. First one is sagittal plane. It passes through the vertical. It is a vertical plane, and it divides the body into two parts. Left and right. Sagittal plane passes through the body, and it divides the body into two parts, left and right. Afterwards comes frontal. Again, it is a vertical plane only, but it divides the body into two halves. That is upper half, that is front half, and back half. So difference is that, okay, left and right and front and back. So this is the difference between the two planes, left and right and front and back. Okay, now flexion and extension happens in the sagittal plane. Frontal and extension happens in the sagittal plane. When you are contracting your arm, this is known as flexion. When you are extending it, that is known as extension. Okay, this is happening in the frontal plane also. Now comes abduction and adduction. It is also in the same plane. It is also in the frontal plane. Flexion and extension was in sagittal, but abduction and adduction is in frontal plane. It is in frontal plane. Both the planes are vertical only. The difference is that one is left. It divides the body into left and right, and other divides the body into front and back. So abduction and adduction. Okay. Suppose you are taking the arms away from the body. That is known as abduction. Now you are bringing the arm towards the body. That is known as adduction. Adduction is a movement in the frontal plane that returns the body part to the midline. That adduction. And abduction means it takes the body part away from the midline. Suppose I am standing here, I am taking this way. This is known as abduction. I am bringing it back. This is known as adduction. Now comes Newton's laws of motion. You have heard about it. You might have heard about it. Newton's laws of motion. Till those who have taken science, they are reading now also, and all of you till 10th you have read this topic also. There are three laws of motion given by Newton. First one is Newton first law of motion. A body at rest will continue to be in rest, or body in motion will be in motion until and unless an external force acts on it. until and unless an external force acts on it. That is Newton's first law of motion. Suppose an athlete is running. He is running in 100-meter, right? He is running a 100-meter run. But do you think without the muscle force given from the internal part of the body, he will be able to stop? No. When the muscular force comes within the body, then only he stops. That is known as, this is the first law of motion of Newton. Second law of motion is that acceleration of a body is directly proportional to the force acting on it. F is directly proportional to A. That is second law of motion, or F equals to ma. The best example is that, okay, when the ball hits the bat, the speed of the ball will depend on the with which force the ball has hit the bat. It will depend on it. So this is the second law of motion. Third law of motion, everyone knows it very well. That is action equals to reaction. Every force is for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So these were the three laws of motion. Last topic is friction, but we are in the this year CBSE removed this topic. No friction and sports. So we are done with biomechanics and sports. Again, I am telling you what was the meaning of biomechanics. It was the study of human beings and the different forces acting on it. Study of the forces acting on a living body is known as biomechanics. Now, importance, I have told you there are 4 to 5 importance were there. You have to describe them within 2 to 3 lines when the question comes. It can be of 5 marks, it can be of 3 marks. It depends on the word limit. Suppose 60 marks is the word limit, then hardly 8 to 10 lines you have to write. So write 3 to 4 points and explain them each point by in 2 or 3 lines. After that comes type of movement. Generally, it can come 1 point or 2 point. It will be of 1 mark or 2 marks or 3 marks only. It can't be of 5 marks. Which the question can come like this way: which is that movement that takes the body away from the midline? That is abduction. That brings the body towards the midline. That is adduction. So 1 mark question can come regarding flexion and extension. Flexion movement occurs in sagittal plane. Abduction occurs in frontal plane. Now 3 laws of motion. Okay. First law of motion, okay. And body at rest will continue to be in rest, or in motion will continue to be in motion until and unless an external force acts on it. Second law of motion, force is directly proportional to acceleration. And third law of motion, every action has got equal and opposite reaction. Okay, dear students,